Yeah. All right. Since we are live, let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early, smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig. All right. Let's scroll up and see who we got in the building thus far in the AM. Steve O'Sly up in here, the homie Ratchet since 91, Escobar, the homie Insane, what's happening with it? Ronnie Kino, Miami Snoopy 305 in the building. Phone Booth, Poppy in the building. Tamir Ali, Jalen Hudson, Mr. Brave, Growing with Soul is in the building. HC Boxing, Slip the Jab. Will Sinclair up in here, what it do? Joseph Brown is in the building. Southwest Dice, Bush Baby Boxing up in here. Young World, Craig L in the building. St. Louis mix up in here. Dane Watson, HC Boxing. Brian Johnson, the one and only. David Scott III. The homie Ali Dago. Donnell Miller. Keon True Story. Avery Vice. Southwest Dice. Say Lining Lip. Yeah. QCP 1 Thou Wow. The Sensei Stormy B-Man is in the building on all of his accounts. Appreciate the love. Terrell Colwell. King Strick. Powerhouse Watson up in the building. What's that? I keep forgetting how to pronounce your name, fam. Abba Entertainment. Kevin Hill. New Fat Boy Fitness. Kia Life. The Real Mr. Sheldon, what it do? Treehouse. Shane in the building. Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, Cadillac Red, Del Reed, Daniel Chambers, Rick Blackwell. Let me see here. Brother Harwin up in here. D-Man Jr., what it do? Y'all get the likes all the way up. Share the video. Tweak the algorithm. All that good stuff, because you know how YouTube going to do your boy. So instead of leaving me a comment about you didn't get a notification, please hit the like button and make sure that your notifications are turned all the way on. If you got your notifications turned on all, then what you need to do is unsubscribe from the channel, refresh the page, and then resubscribe and turn on all your notifications. That tends to work. You know what I'm saying? I have an older channel, so YouTube is trying their best to phase out older channels and make way for fresh new faces. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to kick you out the algorithm after a while. So that's just how that go. So y'all got to work with me. If you rock with me, work with your boy. Let's get down to it. What's up with it? The homie DJ Zion Love in the building. What it do? All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. So, Gervonta Tank Davis back in the news again. We know he's supposed to be coming back fighting Pitbull Cruz. All right, Esau Cruz, and he'll be moving up to 140 pounds. Okay, now Devin Haney, who has been a co-host on Ring Magazine show with Max Kellerman and them guys on that panel, Devin Haney has stated that, you know, he pointed out something that we always talk about over here, which is the fact that when I was at 140, you know what I'm saying, people said that I was too big for Tank, and Tank couldn't come to 140 to fight me because I was too big for him. Now he's moving up to 140 to fight Pitbull Cruz. Okay? Now, this is a point that I pointed out several times. And not only did he move up to 140 to fight Pitbull Cruz, but Tank also moved up to 140 to fight Mario Barrios before Devin even got to 140. When Devin was still at 135, Tank moved up to 140 pounds to fight Mario Barrios, who's way bigger than Devin Haney. Okay, I've heard stories that Barrios. Somebody was just saying, one of the fighters was just saying how Barrios was uh, uh, drained, he passed out trying to make the fight with Ryan Garcia. Barrios is huge, so Barrios, big dude, Tank moved up to fight Barrios at 140. Everybody said cool. When Devin goes to 140, they saying Tank can't go to 140 back to 140 to fight Devin because of this and because of that. Bunch of nonsense. Jermaine said the other page not letting me on. Okay. Yeah, I looked. I couldn't see you in the I looked into the YouTube thing. I couldn't see you. You wasn't on my block list, so I don't know what that's about. But anyway, um, so that's one thing. And then if we go back to 135, forget 140. When Devin was at 135, he didn't get the fight with Tank Davis. Tank wouldn't fight him then. And we heard all these excuses from PBC, don't rock with Dev, and the PBC ain't working with Top Rank, the PBC ain't working with the Zone. All these ridiculous excuses to cover up from the fact that this fighter won't fight that fighter. Okay, and then every excuse at every turn gets debunked. They say PBC don't rock with Top Rank, but then PBC making fights with Top Rank. PBC don't work with the Zone, but yet they working with the Zone to make the Ryan Garcia fight. So it's not making any sense. Any sense. Not making any sense. So let me see if I can pull this up. Let me go to my Twitter real quick. Give me a second here, y'all. We're gonna pull it on up. Gonna pull it on up. Let me see here. Gabe Rosado still talking. Is that an old clip? Gabe Rosado still talking crazy? Gabe Rosado need to go somewhere and sit down straight up, bro. Like, bro, what is you doing? Now, where is this? I just seen it. Where is it now? Hold up, man. I know I just seen this. I was just looking at it. I should have downloaded it, but I was just literally just looking at it before I started my show. I don't know if Devin took it down or something. What happened? Whatever, man. So anyway, I can't find it no more. I should have just downloaded it. Like I was my right mind and downloaded. But anyway, Devin was on the Ring show with Max Kellerman, and he brought up the point that we've been talking about Tank Davis being a hypocrite. Now he's going to 140. All right. Now, in fairness, Tank Davis himself, I haven't ever heard him say himself that Devin was too big for him. I've never heard that. I've only heard his man fans, his protectors say that. All right. I've never heard Tank himself. If y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I never heard Tank say Devin's too big for me. I'm not fighting Devin because he's too big. I'll just keep hearing his fans on YouTube say Devin's too big. But Jake Paul is just right. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Jake Paul, 200-pound guy, he's just right. But Devin Haney, 147-pound guy, nah, he too big. Devin Haney, 140-pound guy, too big. So it's ridiculous, bro. And like I say, I'm gonna open up the panel later on because I need to hear from Tank Davis fans as to why they believe this fight hasn't happened. Without I don't want all these. Fine, just tell me what it is. Because if y'all gonna have a million excuses as to this, and that. Now listen, if you come on this channel and you start disrespecting or saying stupid stuff, I'm gonna kick you off. Coming on here, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and this is for you to express your opinion and use some facts. I don't want to hear none of this craziness. I don't want to hear no buffoonery, anything stupid, anything even any disrespect on my channel. You getting up out of here, ASAP Rocky. You understand me? That's how we gonna do that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and we're gonna get the party started early. Let's see what we got here. The link is in the chat. Let's get it crack-a-lackin'. Come on up here and let us hear why you think Tank Davis and Devin Haney fight hasn't happened. Let's hear about it, ladies and gents. Don't be shy. So you remember after the Devin and Ryan fight, he was saying that that's what happens when Haney fights somebody his own size, insinuating that uh, he too big. Okay, yeah. Well, that don't surprise me. Salvador said Tank is scared. That's what I believe. I believe he's scared. I think Tank is scared, and beyond Tank being scared, I think his fans is more afraid. Because, like I said, this is competitive sport. This is combat. This is boxing. Okay, so in the sport of boxing, you would think that everybody will be signed up for the best guys fighting the best guys, regardless of who win and who lose. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got some type of everybody always love to say, "Oh man, y'all love Haney, y'all Haney sack, y'all Haney fanboys." Well, the thing I don't get is if we all this stuff y'all say we are about Devin Haney, then why is it that we believe in Devin more than y'all believe in y'all guy? We're not protecting Devin. We're not telling Devin, please don't fight this guy. No, Devin, don't fight this. We telling Devin, go after greatness. Go after all of the smoke. Fight everybody. And that's what he's trying to do. He taking on all comers. Turkey House Shake himself even said, he said Devin Haney. He said Devin Haney is the never turns down a fight. The homie Ronnie Kino in the building. What's happening with
What's up, brother? Yeah,
you?
you know I couldn't wait to chime in on this.
What's happening with what you think, bro? Why you think the fight hasn't happened?
Well, I got time today because I'm off work, so you ain't got to worry about no interruptions. So
You
I'm
said,
glad the fight hasn't happened because Tank is scared of Devin, bro. Not only is he scared of Devin, he's scared of any real challenge out there, bro. And I've never seen anything like it. The cowardness that Tank Davis has displayed is laughable, bro. And I've had like people that was so called cool with me, ready to get into it with me about this dude, like really ready to fight me. Cause all I said is I want to see Tank fight Devin Haney. Cause I bring up that sparring session. Uh, Devin was whooping him in that sparring, like embarrassed him in Floyd's gym. So I'm like, well, that's the fight that's intriguing. That's the fight I want to see. because I want to see what would happen if they really fight. So I feel like that Tank never forgot that beating he got, and he don't want that beating no more. So every time you bring up uh, uh, Devin versus Tank, a lot of the times the Tank fans try to cop out by saying, "Oh well, Tank beat Ryan Garcia," but it's not a juice Ryan Garcia. They try to get it. I'm like, we talking about Tank versus Devin. We not talking about uh, no Ryan Garcia cheating bull crap. Like, yeah,
Right.
I don't even want to hear about him. Like, they try to get out of the fight by bringing that up. Like, dude, I want to see the fight, but unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever see the fight because I think that Tank fears Devin more than anybody, even more than Shakur. He's really scared to fight Devin Haney because Devin's long and he's going to use that jab on him all night long and pick him completely apart. And he's not going to be able to use his power punches. And he's probably going to stop Tank. If that fight happens, I got Devin stopping Tank within 6 to 8 rounds if that fight happens. From the
That's good.
jab, too many jabs. He's too long. His jab is too much.
I ain't mad at that one at all. Hey, the
Yeah.
homie explain what's happening with the car. You on mute and
What's
something?
up
There you
with
go.
what's up with the How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, chilling. Hey,
Yeah.
That's
homie,
right.
hey, Ronnie, I'm gonna put you on mute because there's some background noise.
Oh, okay. I can cut the
Okay.
TV. That's my TV. I can mute
No,
it.
it's an echo.
Oh, okay. It's cool.
Okay. Go
Is
ahead.
it still an echo now?
No, I put him on mute. Go
Okay.
ahead, Islam.
Okay, now I thought 'cause I was on my headphones. Now my whole thing about this dude, Tank Davis, like I say, man, he pretty much taking the Floyd Mayweather route, you know what I'm saying, when Floyd wasn't really trying to fight no black fighters and he was fighting all Hispanics. I think Tank took this fight with this Hispanic because he trying to sell his O. You know what I'm saying? He really don't want to fight. But I think Tank really about to sell his O to Pitbull Cruz because I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, Tank did beat him the first time, but then Pitbull Cruz was giving him work. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull Cruz was giving him good work. And if I know what I know how all these dudes get down. And I know Pitbull might come in with a little juice up in him, you know, with some type of something over Tank, right? But I think Tank is really about to sell his O to this dude. I don't think that Tank they already broke the code on Tank Davis. Lamont Roach did. He pretty much broke the code. And we just seen what Pitbull and Roach went through, that little war that they went through. So don't be shocked if Pitbull end up stopping Tank or just beating him the easy way. That's all I got on that though. But and the only way that Tank fight Devin is Tank to fight Sean Haney and Tank to fight Devin baby mama. Those the
Dog,
only that's the only Haneys that he'll fight is his baby mama and his little brother. Besides that, he don't want to fight nobody else.
that's crazy. But no, hey man, I don't think Pitbull gonna beat him though. I think Tank is gonna wash Pitbull easily. I don't think he's gonna if he sell his O. I don't think he's gonna be the Pitbull. Now if I'm wrong, sure, you'll be the first person I'm calling. But I don't see it though with Pitbull. Shout out to the homie, the Sensei Stormy B Man in the super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love, Stormy. Says General, they all afraid of Devin because of what Floyd Sr. said years ago. Those words resonate to the degree that they built a false wall to avoid them. These are facts. These are facts. The OG Mr. Mont, what it do, brother?
Hey, what's going on, 7
Oh, chilling, man. What you been up to, brother?
Oh man, I can't call it. Been laying low. You know how it
Yes,
is.
sir. Yes, sir, man. What you think? What you think about the discussion?
Um, uh, before I say that Tank is afraid, and I believe he is a bit apprehensive about that fight. I think we have to get Tank has to get past the point that he's not so emotional. He's completely controlled by his emotions. Any little thing that's said, any little thing that's done, it affects him. This is a young man who needs professional help. And he done been through a lot in his younger years with his mother, his father. He had to be taken care of by his boxing coach. Mother was on substances. His father was in prison. He's just emotional like a female. He's the most emotional boxer I've ever seen. And he's the type that'll say if Devin goes on an interview and says something that he don't like, he'll say, screw it. Well, we won't fight then. You know, that's how he reacts instead of him reacting like a boxer and saying, okay, well, let's get it on. We all know how emotional that young man is, man. Tank Davis needs some professional help. All this stuff that he's going through with the females and all that other craziness, man. This just a young man who has no self-control or no willpower. Now, like I said, I do think he's a bit apprehensive about fighting Devin because there is a fear that, you know, that he can lose. But him being straight up afraid of Devin, now I don't agree with that. I just think, yeah, he's apprehensive about fighting Devin because that's definitely a fight that's gonna give him a whole lot of problems, the type of problems that he hasn't faced yet in the ring. But as far as everything else, the stuff that Tank been going through over the years, he's just an emotional wreck.
Right.
I mean, it's obvious. It's right out there in front of us. The kid just has no control over his emotion because, you know, I done said this before. I think the dude has issues with his mother.
Yeah, I do too.
Serious issues. So I mean, that's my take on it. I think he's a bit apprehensive about fighting people like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, especially Devin, but simply because of, like the earlier gentleman said, Devin his reach is almost 72 inches, 73 inches. That's just a tall hill for Tank Davis to climb, regardless of how skilled he is and how hard he punches. You know, Devin giving him what he wants, you know, he's just not gonna do it. So yeah, I think it's a combination of the two things: him being over emotional and, you know, just a bit apprehensive about fighting people like Devin and Shakur.
Yes, sir. I think, like I said this before, that I think that Tank is more so afraid of losing. I think he afraid to fight people that he think got a good chance of beating him. He afraid of the backlash. He afraid of the memes and all that kind of stuff, or Shakur say memes and shit. he afraid of the memes. Jermaine, what's happening with it? Yo, Jermaine, you here?
Hey, what's yeah, y'all, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on? 7-8?
Hey, chillin'.
Hey, man, all this Tank, man, these niggas on here, all this Tank hate gotta stop, man, for real. Cause okay, like the first dude that came on it, he said he believed Dev would stop Tank. Man, stop playing. When is the last time Dev? Hey, I know Dev, y'all boy. When is the last time Dev stopped?
But brother, before you finish your thought, I'm gonna let you finish. But I want you to answer the question. The question is,
okay, what's it?
Why haven't they fought yet? Not at 135 for all them years, not at 140, not now at 147. Why haven't they fought?
I mean, it's a lot of reasons why they haven't fought. I mean, for real, I just feel like every time they was getting ready to fight, the time wouldn't, you know what I mean? The time wasn't right. Again, I feel like Floyd held a lot of that up though. When Tank was over there with Floyd and them, I feel like, yeah, Tank could have just been like, yeah, let me fight this person, but at the same time, they was picking Tank fights for him. You know, him being a young dude, he just looking at the money like, all right, but I feel like ain't no fighter scared of no fighter. So I feel like Tank definitely ain't scared of no Dev at all. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and when the last time Dev stopped somebody, I would like to know that. It's been like at least 10 years.
But see, this is my first of all. Shout out to 986 in the super chat. Appreciate the love, homie. Says salute, general. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Thank you, good brother Nada. Thank you for the support. Let me say this though, but this is my problem that I've always had, and I'm gonna let the homie Ronnie Kino respond to you because you said something to him. But My problem with these debates and these conversations with Tank fans is whenever we start talking about making the fight or the fight not happening, why it always end up talking about who Devin knocked out, his power, who got more money, who's the bigger draw, and we're like, bruh, well, can we see the fight? Why ain't nobody pushing? Why are no Tank fans pushing for this fight to shut everybody up? Why does it always have to be? So you mean to tell me in 5 years of Devin and Tank being in the same division, the time was never right? Then when Devin goes to 140, the time ain't right. Now right now this time still ain't right.
Do you think Dev would fight Tank at a catch weight now that he's moving up to 140?
Why would Devin have to fight him at a catch weight when he was there at 135? Y'all didn't want to fight. When he was at 140, y'all didn't want to fight.
So now it's gonna be a big money fight though at like 144 or something.
Okay, so I'll tell you what.
He was just gonna fight at 196 and nobody said nothing. Why? He was at 196 about to fight. So what's the problem?
Bro, he wasn't coming in at 196. That's what the other dude was coming in at. We don't know what Tank. We don't know what Tank was coming in at.
7A, can I get this young man some work, please?
Yes,
I just want to give him work real quick.
After Insane, I'm gonna let Ronnie Kino respond.
No, go ahead first, Ronnie Kino. I don't want you to forget your thought. I'm gonna break this dude down though.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Stop playing.
Okay, look, man. First of all, I'm gonna say this. Me being a boxer myself, I've been a boxer for the past 10 years. I'm a current champion in boxing. I'm a 2-time Golden Glove champion. Okay, so now you said, why do I feel like Devin would stop Tank? Okay, there's more than one way to knock somebody out. It don't have to be you get knocked out on the floor and you can't get up, knockout. I think Devin will stop him from beating him up. I think Devin will beat him up so bad with his jab and frustrating him and just hitting him from a distance with his long jab and his straight right hands. I think that he will bust Tank's face up and he will make it to where his corner don't want to watch no more of it. That's what I think. Similar to the way hold on, let me finish, brother. Similar to the way that he was breaking and busting up Brian Norman's face with his jab. I think he's gonna do Tank worse because Tank is a little dude. He's like 5'4", 5 foot. How tall is he? And he can't read. He's gonna be getting hit from a distance from a bigger, longer fighter. And I feel like Devin is bigger and stronger than him. He gonna tie Tank up. He gonna create angles on him. He gonna hit him from long range. And I'm gonna tell you, I've stopped people that was big punchers, and I use my jab, and accumulation of blows will stop Tank. And if you watch the sparring, he already stopped Tank. He made Tank quit. And y'all don't never want to talk about that sparring session, but he made him quit in the Mayweather gym. He made him quit, bro. He quit, bro. And Mayweather had to make him continue to spar. He ain't even want to spar no more. Tank is a bum, bro. And I can't wait for him to get exposed. I can't wait for him to get exposed. We've been
waiting for him to get exposed since when?
Bro, why did he duck Lomachenko? I don't even want to get off subject, but I'm saying he's been running from a whole bunch.
All right, Dev ain't get Lomachenko his rematch.
Oh,
we can talk about
bro. Come on.
Loma turned that rematch down.
Loma ain't getting his rematch.
Hold on.
Loma turned that down.
Yo.
Loma turned that rematch down, brother. That's actually a fact.
Bro.
That's actually a fact. What are you talking about?
Look, I want to see the fight. Me and 78 and everybody else want to see the fight.
And then y'all talk about Tank resume. Y'all talk about Tank resume, but
I can't cook.
I gotta
let the Tank
station.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You talk. Hold on, dude talking about somebody not giving nobody no rematch, bro. This is a real thing that Devin asked for a rematch, and he was gonna stay on top rank to give Loma some work and to give Shakur some work. But now we talking about rematch. Why my man didn't give Lamont Roach his rematch, but he gave his baby mama her rematch? If we want to talk,
Dev wanted to rematch him at 140.
Answer those questions first. You said at 140, you're lying. Once again, you are misinformed and you're wrong again. Now, why
you said why Tank didn't get Roach rematch?
Why Tank didn't give Roach his rematch and was laughing at him about to go fight another man at 190 something pounds, but yet you over here talking about this man need a catch weight to fight Devin Haney. Nigga, don't laugh.
First of all, the rematch is in play. What you mean?
Bro, that
Roach
was
down there.
great fight back.
Hold on,
Why
man.
does it take over a year?
Roach down there got stopped by Pitbull. Why do you think Roach on his gun?
Pitbull. We're talking about Tank Davis and what Roach almost stopped.
Word on the curb. Word on the curb is Tank. Word on the curb. They fight after this Pitbull fight.
Okay, they need to be fighting now. It's gonna be over a year that this dude Tank
need to be
been
fighting
ducking.
Ryan now. Why Dad ain't fighting Ryan now?
Because Ryan Garcia hold on. Ryan Garcia don't want to fight. That's why it didn't happen. Because Ryan turned the fight down 3 times, I should say. Let me go to Todd real quick so I can then go to Freedom Mark. What's up, brother Todd?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, welcome. Thank you, guys. Hey, shout out to the panel. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. It's just like Devin Haney said. The words that stick in everybody's mind is when Devin Haney went out there and said, "Praise be to Allah, He makes no mistakes." Now, what I mean by that is this: now everybody want to go fight Devin Haney after they got that first real bad loss. Okay, that's when Tank gonna fight him. When somebody put the flu flops on Tank that nobody thought was gonna happen, then he's gonna need Devin to recuperate his redeeming glory. You don't think so? Ask T.O. how that stuff is going. T.O. for years has been talking, never got in that ring. Now after Shakur put the flu flops on him, now he want to fight Devin. That's when Tank gonna fight him. All right, Rolly the same way. Rolly gonna go in there, get the flu flops put on him, and then he gonna try to fight Devin again. All right, you want to know when that's gonna happen? When Tank take that first loss, then he's gonna get the gumption to do it because he ain't got nothing to lose. Then right now he got a lot to lose. Right, he got people like my man here backing him up. What's going to happen when Tank lose? What is going to be the excuse? Well, now it's time to go fight Devin. Now he's got that first loss, and that's BS. Go ahead and put that O on the line. Dev got an O, right? Both undefeated. Let's go ahead and see who's really cracking. But until Tank get that loss, that real first loss, he ain't gonna fight that man.
You know we gonna be tuned into this Rolly fight, right? Because you seen what Tank and Pitbull did to Rolly. So y'all boy about to fight.
Hey, hold on for a second, bro. I'm not gonna let that slide what you just said. You said allegedly. Bro, I'm not gonna let it slide what you just said, bro. I'm not gonna let it slide what you just said. You said allegedly he don't have an O. When you test positive for 2 different steroids, homie, you get that win taken away.
He got his O.
I heard you say allegedly. But I heard you say allegedly. Nigga, you not sneaking nothing by me, nigga.
Okay, like I said, we're gonna be tuned into this Rolly fight. And y'all swear to God, y'all boys better not go out there and lay no egg.
Hey, hold on.
Better not go out there and lay no egg. I know that.
Hey, Jermaine, this is my problem right here. Everything you just saying right now, this is it. This is my issue with Tank fans. Instead of y'all coming on here and standing on business like, man, Tank gonna whoop Dev, Tank will beat Dev, y'all always put the responsibility of beating Devin on other people because y'all afraid of Tank fighting him. If you wasn't afraid, you will be asking for Tank to fight him. You can't name one person from 140 or 135 up to 154 that I'm afraid of Devin Haney fighting. You can't name one person. So why is it that y'all keep, why would Devin don't fight Ryan? Why Devin don't fight? Oh, Rolly gonna beat him. Oh, this person, like, bro, what's Tank gonna do to him? Let me go to my brother Freedom's Mark. What's happening with it, brother?
Yo, Luke, you y'all hear me?
Oh, brother, you are low.
I'm low. Hold on.
You sound
California
low,
love to the homie Freedom's March.
Salute to you and thanks. Salute to my brother. Come back to me, 7-8 if I'm too low.
Okay, good brother. My brother Drew Titan LLC is in the building. What it do, Drew?
What up, brothers?
Chilling, bro.
Jermaine.
What up?
Jermaine.
What's going on? Yep, I hear you.
Do me a favor. Just real quick. Turn your camera on for a second. Just for a second.
Hold on. I don't even know how to turn this shit on. Hold on. It's my first time using this.
Easy with the cursing, y'all. I'm trying to keep the
video.
My bad.
That's not Jermaine Franklin?
Who? No, my last name Robinson. No, hell no.
Okay. Yeah, because we got a stalker named Jermaine Franklin. I wanted to make sure that wasn't you.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I just pulled up. So I'm going to state my case. I don't know what the initial issue is, but one thing I say for sure is that magically, the responsibility of beating Devin Haney is always on the plate of somebody else instead of Tank eating his food. Now, I want to ask you something, James. How long you been following Tank?
I've been following Tank since an amateur. I've been following all these boxers.
Okay.
Saying,
Tank is the A side in the conventional way of doing boxing because things have changed in the last 2 years. But Tank is the A side in a conventional way of things happening, correct?
correct.
Okay. Here's my question. 2018, 2019, why didn't he fight Vasily Lomachenko?
Same thing I said earlier. He wasn't picking his fights. He was on. Like, you know how some fighters be like, I'm gonna let my team handle this, handle that. He was one of them type. Whoever they put in front of him.
Okay, let me jump in here. When Leonard Ellerbe was asked, he clearly said that Tank picks his own fights. And when Floyd Mayweather was asked about the Lomachenko fight, and this is all on video, when he was asked about Loma, he intervened and said, Loma has to fight because he's old. We're going to get paydays. That's what he said. Do you recall that?
No, I don't recall that.
Okay, I have the video. I play it on my channel all the time.
I ain't gonna call you a liar though, but I don't recall that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm telling you that's what was said.
I know Loma Ducky later on down the line.
No, wait, hold on. We ain't get there yet.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't remember what year. I think it was like 2018, it was before the pandemic, clearly. Loma wanted to smoke. It was disrespectful, anything, and they chased money without chasing the big fight with Lomachenko when he wanted to smoke. And I wanted that smoke because I felt that Tank could have beat him. So Tank is the product of, he felt he could have beat him. Tank should have spoke up. He didn't do it. Okay, I got another question for you. At 135, there was a WBA champion by the name of Shakur. Why didn't that fight happen?
Hey, I don't know why.
No, I'm sorry. He was a WBO champion. I'm sorry. Why didn't that fight happen? Unification.
I don't know. I heard from when I was my little research I did. I heard they offered Shakur the one-time deal. He didn't want the one-time deal. They try to make the fight happen. You know what I mean? Allegedly. You feel me?
Wait, hold on, brother. No. Now you say you follow Tank. You supposed to know these things, brother. All right, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. What those two, hold on a minute. What those two did was they just stared at each other, because I remember being on YouTube screaming, why aren't they unifying? Another question for you. How did he get the WBA championship, Tank?
What you mean how he got he beat
No, he got an email.
Stop. Let him answer. Jermaine, how did he get the WBA strap?
he whooped the what's the little Mexican dude name, man?
It would be a Mexican, wouldn't it? But he whooped who for the WBA strap?
Damn, man, the dude? His name is in my head, man. It's right on the tip of my tongue, man.
Let me help you out, brother, because this is your man, and these are simple things that you're supposed to know, brother. And I'm not talking bad about you. I'm just telling you what it is. He never won that belt. He didn't want it. They gave it to him. They elevated him. That's Devin's old belt. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Devin unified it. I know he had all the motherfuckers.
Okay.
I mean, all them.
So here's what I'm asking you. Here's what I'm asking you. There was a whole lot of belts moving around at 35, and while everybody was working, Tank wasn't doing anything. He gave you Ryan Garcia. Nobody asked for that. He gave you Hector Garcia. No one even asked for that. Loma wanted to smoke. Shakur was sitting right there with a belt. Devin came through. Kambosos came out of nowhere and became unified. Devin had to take care of that, and then became undisputed under Tank's watch, and then defended undisputed under Tank's watch. Tried to fight Tank. I saw more cap in people defending for that, justifying for that fight not to happen. Devin had to win undisputed, defend it. He didn't even have to fight Loma. He spun the block and then made the Loma fight against everyone's better judgment.
Hey,
right?
you said that nobody. You said that nobody asked for Ryan, and the rest of these dudes that Tank don't whoop. But look at now though. All these.
Who asked for Ryan? Because Ryan hasn't accomplished nothing. All he is an internet star. The internet made Ryan Garcia. That's what happened. So I'm asking you. All right, now
So
you might have enjoyed
Ryan,
it. You might have enjoyed it. You might have enjoyed it, but I'm telling you, no one asked for that. Nobody asked for that, brother. No one did. No one did. And I don't want to get into specifics about the Ryan Garcia Tank Davis thing, because Tank drained him and had moles in his camp. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about how all of these belts was moving around at 135, and Tank Davis didn't intervene and stop anything. Because he's the A side.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you
please
this.
answer my question, brother. Please, you got to answer my question. You can ask me anything, but please answer my question.
You said why was when all the belts was moving around, why didn't Tank intervene? That's what you asking.
Correct.
I mean, hey, I can't answer that directly. All I know is there anybody they put in front of Tank, he knocked out.
He beats, but brother, he beats everybody, right?
And then all these niggas that he knocked out, y'all man is just going after these niggas that he don't knock out.
I'm talking about Tank. He beats everybody, right? Right?
He ain't lost yet.
No, I'm asking you, his contemporary, because he has a lot of them. Okay, here's my question, brother. Why hasn't he fought him?
I mean, it could be it's a slew of reasons. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, like it could be my opinion. I'm gonna speak from my opinion. I just feel like he ain't fought him because the time, like I mean, back then when the time wasn't.
No, brother. He's the A side in all directions. Give me a reason. Okay, I'm gonna throw some names out to you, and I want you to just fly off. Okay, Subadel Matias at 35. Why didn't he fight him? He was there. Hello.
Hey, Drew, don't you mean like 140, right?
No, wait. Don't help him. Don't help him.
Oh, sorry.
Jermaine?
I think he might be
you there, brother?
He might be having some technical difficulties.
No, I'm just heating up. Let me know when you're back, Jermaine. I got questions, brother. It's funny how when I have questions, people's phones start acting up.
Jermaine, you might have to leave out and come back in, Jermaine.
All right, have him come back in. I have a lot of questions. Because you got to answer these questions, man. Everyone says that Tank beats everybody, and all I asked this dude to do was to do the work. There's no excuse for an undisputed. Do you understand how crazy this is that George Kambosos seemingly came out of nowhere and took 3 belts from Teofimo Lopez, who was a major player, took 3 belts, and Tank didn't intervene in any of that. 1 minute belts don't matter, but then you want to talk about your accomplishments, which wasn't, it isn't even much. How do you have over 16 contemporaries between 2017 and 2026, and you ain't fight anybody, but your fans think that you beat everybody? And all I'm saying is prove it. That's all I'm saying. And we're the villains for saying prove it, bro. You got to prove it. All right, that was a trick question with Subadel Matias. It was. I was trying to get him. But explain Gary Russell. Explain why Teofimo Lopez has a better resume than you. Explain that, bro. How does this happen? And you're the A side. So, and this is before Turkey got in the business. He could have did any and everything, and what he chose to do is give you Hector Garcia. What he chose to do is give you Ryan Garcia. What he chose to do is give you Rolly Romero. And then Isak Cruz was because Rolly Romero was dealing with some legal problems, but then he made Isak Cruz, and then you turn around, he's trying to give you Isak Cruz again instead of the guy he fought to a draw with. And then when we said we didn't want the Lamont Roach in the first place, we didn't want that fight. Okay, you back, brother? Jermaine, you back?
Yeah. I got a call in, and then it got froze up or something like that.
No problem. So we was in the middle. I was firing off names. The last name I said was Superdale Matias. Why didn't he fight him?
Matias?
No, Superdale Matias. Not Martinez, Matias.
When was they supposed to fight?
I'm asking you. He was a major player. Why didn't he fight him? He checks all the earmarks. He's Latino. He don't speak English. He's Puerto Rican. Why didn't he fight him?
I don't know, man. I didn't even know they was even engaged in the fight. But what I do know is, I see what you saying. You trying to be slick. What I do know is three or four of them dudes that Tank fought is champions, man. You know what I mean?
Who? Who?
Well, they was Barrios. Look, Barrios just had a belt.
You said they were. I'm glad you brought up Barrios, brother. Why didn't you fight
Barrios just had a belt. Rolly, ain't nobody asking for this Rolly fight, but we gonna get it. But don't nobody want to see that, man. Come on.
Why did he fight him? Why didn't he fight Josh Taylor at 140?
Why? Who? Tank didn't fight him at 140?
Josh Taylor. Why didn't he fight Josh Taylor when he went to 140?
He only did one fight and moved back down. He said he wasn't comfortable with the weight.
No. Answer the question. Why didn't he fight Josh Taylor at 140?
I didn't answer that. You said, why didn't he fight? He went up there, he fought Mario Barrios. He said he really wasn't comfortable with the weight. Let me rephrase the question. Came back down.
Why did he fight Mario Barrios instead of Josh Taylor?
Hey, I mean, that's something that's an opinionated question, man. Like at the end of the day.
Well, I'm asking you why didn't he do it?
He probably thought Mario Barrios is better than Josh Taylor.
How and what when Josh Taylor was undisputed at 140? Are you kidding me, brother? Josh Taylor was undisputed.
He probably thought he was. I mean, just because he was undisputed, that don't mean what T.O. do to Josh Taylor. He beat the brakes off Josh Taylor, made him look.
Wait, hold on. I'm glad you brought that up because you wasn't here when I made my statement. So two things. Josh Taylor was the undisputed champion. What do you think was the bigger prize? Mario Barrios, who he knocked into a cartwheel, or Josh Taylor, who he could have probably knocked into a cartwheel, and that was a former undisputed champion. At the time, he was undisputed, by the way. Why didn't he? What do you think is the bigger prize, Barrios or Taylor?
Well, Taylor with both of the belts, of course, but at the end of the day, though, he was just going
both of the belts, all four.
Did he have all four of them?
Bro,
you said he had two.
I did not say that. I said he was undisputed.
Okay, well, you said why Tank ain't fight. Tank picked Barrios. I mean, he picked Mario.
Barrios didn't have a real belt.
He didn't have the real belt, brother. Josh Taylor had the real belt, brother. Josh Taylor had four belts, and he was right there, brother. He had just won them. But he was undisputed.
Ain't this the same dude that's he tell the whole world in public that he don't even care about belts like that?
So
is this the same Tank, right?
Who was the better challenge, Barrios or Taylor? The world said Taylor. But you guys took whatever Tank gave you. That's my point. Now, you mentioned Teofimo Lopez, right?
Yeah, T.O. beat the dog, man, beat him from pillar to post.
Right. T.O. did it, and this is what you guys do. So why didn't Tank Davis fight Teofimo Lopez at 135? Whichever monkey wants the banana. Why didn't you do that?
Hey, they ain't going to go. See, I see what you're doing, but at the end of the day, hey, did they go in negotiations?
Did Tank send an offer?
Tank don't. Huh?
Did Tank, the A side, send an offer?
Not that I know of. I ain't everybody send an offer.
I'm going to help you out, brother. He didn't. Because I just asked you when we started the conversation, Tank is the A side, so he can do whatever he wanted to do. If he wanted to.
So you basically saying why Tank ain't call out, send offer to all these dudes.
He's the A side because when we went to Ellerbe said, nobody makes no offers to Tank. We make the offers.
Yeah. Let's take it. On that note, let me just take a trip down memory lane real quick. But shout out to D-Man Jr. in the super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love, D-Man. He said, bro, this guy lined it up, little bro. Shout out to Gervonta in the building. All right, let's take a trip down memory lane real quick. All right, now this clip here is this going all the way back to like 2019 or 2018. Where Leonard Ellerbe was making excuses for Tank not fighting Devin Haney. It's way back then now.
Champion. Do you see head-on collision with Devin Haney in 2020?
Who knows? Who knows? What I can focus on is what I'm doing, and that's putting in Tank in the biggest fights and biggest.
If we were fighting Devin Haney, we would need more than 4 weeks too. Devin Haney's one of the top fighters out there. I'm gonna give him his props, but that fight is not ready yet. It's not.
Now, what Leonard was responding to was the fact that Tank had was looking for an opponent, and Devin Haney said he would step in and fight, and they turned Devin Haney down, and Leonard Ellerbe is saying that, oh, we would need more than 4 weeks for Devin Haney. All right, everybody ignored that. Now this is the best one here. When Devin Haney became undisputed champion at 135, okay, undisputed, and he had one more fight with Top Rank. He could fight. Excuse me. He could fight George Kambosos in a rematch. He could fight Lomachenko or Shakur Stevenson. Now Devin wanted Lomachenko and he wanted Gervonta Tank Davis. He was willing to re-sign with Top Rank to make that happen. All right. Now watch. This is what happened. Leonard Ellerbe and Tank Davis. Once Devin became undisputed, Devin's team contacted the WBA and said, hey, we want Tank Davis. Tank is the regular champion. I'm the real champion. So since y'all making all the regular champions fight the super champions, make Tank fight me, right? And the WBA president sent a letter to Tank Davis requesting him to fight the champion Devin Haney. And this is the response from Tank's team.
I didn't make it out that much.
Yeah, no, I know. Tank is a world champion, and he's nobody's mandatory. Any way you look at it and you say this, Tank ain't nobody's mandatory. We call it all the shots in anything we do. Any and everything we do. All these guys can get in line. Nobody's telling us what to do. We doing things the way we want to do them.
Okay. So he just said the WBA can't tell them what to do because they actually threatened to drop the WBA regular title if the WBA tried to make them fight Devin Haney. All this happened.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so now, while all this is happening, Devin ended up going to fight Lomachenko and all that kind of stuff, right? So what at what point are we saying the fight couldn't happen? It could happen. They strategically ducked Devin Haney. It could have happened. Devin was willing to fight Tank. Devin willing to fight Tank right now. Okay? Now, the Rolly Romero fight, how did this all come into play? Devin wanted to fight Rolly. Rolly laughed at him. I'm not fighting Devin Haney. Devin is this, and Devin going to sue me, blah, blah, blah. So Devin moved on to try to fight other people. Then, all of a sudden, the PBC reached out to Devin and said, hey, we got this offer for you. We want you to fight Rolly Romero. After all these years, why they never do that for Tank, Jermaine?
Man, see, I feel like Tank's biggest problem is that he was just being quiet and letting them dudes talk for him for too much, man. Like if he I do admit he should have spoke up more. You know what I mean? But now I feel like he more in charge of his career now. He can I feel like he really calling all the shots now. So I feel like right now anybody he want to fight, he call out, he can fight. I still want to see that Dev fight. I want to see the Shakur fight. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to see Loma no more, but Shakur and Dev, I definitely like to see Tank fight them.
I tell you,
the weight. That's the bigger question at the weight, though. You know what I mean?
I tell you to ask him, brother, but he might cuss you out.
Hey.
You said what?
Wait, 1 second, Drew. Powerhouse Watson, appreciate you in the super chat. He says Tank said Norman Haney winner was next on Bubba Dub interview. Tank is a duck. He always saying Devin gonna be next, and then don't happen, and then his fans just act like he never said it. It's diabolical. But what's up, Drew? What you said, Drew?
I said I told brother Jermaine to ask Tank politely, but he might cuss him out.
Yeah, you know how Tank is.
Supporters is ridiculous. No, I'm saying Tank is ridiculous, brother. I don't. That guy doesn't deserve an ounce of my respect, and I don't want to get too deep into it because I'm keeping it boxing, but I don't trust the kid. And if he's in charge of his own career right now, that's great because Now there's no excuse. There's nothing but space and opportunity there. And let me just take a trip down memory lane. Was you for the Lamont Roach fight?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched the Lamont fight.
Was you for it? Was you for it though? When it was announced, was you for it?
I mean, no, I ain't know who the Roach was. I mean, I heard of him. I seen it, but I ain't really, you know what I mean, I wouldn't really I wouldn't really for it like that though. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. So all right, because I wasn't. Okay, and without getting into all of that. Okay, so the fight happens. Fight to a draw. Was you expecting that? Because I wasn't.
No, I wasn't expecting to go to a draw. I thought Tank was gonna whoop him.
Me too. I thought Tank was going to give it to him like around round 5 or 6, but then I started to see things as the fight progressed, and Roach shut me up. And the first thing I realized was, I said, "Man, Roach is maybe a little bigger than him." And was you satisfied with Tank's response at the end of the fight?
No, I mean, I wouldn't. I really wanted that fight, you know what I mean, and because of that, I wanted that to. I really want Tank to fight Roach first, you know what I mean? Like you said, didn't nobody ask, like Dad was just saying, didn't nobody ask for this Pitbull fight? You feel me? At the end of the day, but it could, like, you know, when I was looking at Blue Channel, like it could be a 2-fight thing where him and Roach gonna fight afterwards. That could be why they on the same card. Now, if he rematch Roach right after Pitbull, I'm cool with that.
No, but I'm leading up somewhere. Was you satisfied with what Tank said at the end of the fight?
What part? What you talking about? He said a lot at the end of the fight.
Yeah. Well, what did he say? The taking the knee and the grease in the eye. Were you satisfied with that?
I mean, no, I don't. I wasn't satisfied with him taking the knee. But if the reason that he said he took the knee, I mean, hey, who gonna say the man lying? We can't just be like, nigga, you lying.
Well, he said he had grease in his eye
because he would. I mean, he wasn't hurt, so it was something. Okay, he didn't get hurt.
He said he had grease in his eye, and he blamed. The Tank fans, I'm not saying you, they blamed his hairstylist. The woman so happens to live out here in the Bronx, and she posted what she put in his hair, and it had no alcohol, no grease. So if you're satisfied with his excuse, then that's what it is. But what happens when you usually have a controversial ending, a rematch, right?
Right. Why do you think he took a knee?
Because Lamont was giving him work, and he's not used to it.
I strongly disagree with that, because at the end of the day,
we all saw what we saw.
Right, we saw what we saw, but he would. So if he was giving you work, if he take a knee, you gonna take a little second to pop back up. Right, you got to gather yourself. Yeah, the man ran over there, wiped his eye off, and then came by and got to beating the brakes off Lamont that same round.
No. That's not what we saw. But what I also know is that Tank notoriously does that in gym work. I know 3 fighters that whooped his ass. Well, 4 that whooped his ass in sparring, and he quit just like that. The difference is he got up out the ring. All right, but we're not going to go there. All right. Okay. So normally, when you have a controversial ending like that, the logical thing would be a rematch, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Were you satisfied with the Jake Paul fight that he announced?
No, I didn't want to see the Jake Paul. But then when they started saying why he took the Jake Paul fight, I mean, I don't know if too many fighters gonna turn that money down.
Okay, we was told to shut up and let the black man get his money. Well, first of all, let me take it a step back. We were told to leave him alone because he's going to break bread with his DMV brother. And they told me to shut the fuck up. And I said, okay, I'm going to shut up. And then he fought to a draw. I said, well, it turned out to be a way better fight than I ever thought of. Then he said, well, I'm thinking a rematch. He says, no, I'm going to fight Jake Paul. And I said, well, what about your DMV brother? And then the Tank fans said, well, let the black man get his money, black man, $40 million. And then I kept quiet about that. And instead of fighting Jake Paul, he fights some chick at a bar. And then it was crazy because after he fought Jake Paul, he was talking about retiring at the end of 2025. So he never planned on fighting his contemporaries. So what am I to think about Tank? Knowing what I know. Now, I didn't just lie to you.
Right, so if he fight Roach after Pitbull, will you give him credit for that?
I'm not giving him anything until he fights a contemporary. I'm not giving him no credit because how can I believe what you say when I see what you do?
Let me shout out to the brother Curtis Robinson in the super chat. Appreciate the love. Appreciate that. He said, General, you speaking facts. And shout out to the brother Ace Thunder, who came in here earlier in the super chat. Appreciate the love. I just dropped the link back in the chat for you, brother. Freedom's March. All right, now check this out. Tank, when you just said that, all right, look, Tank, my thing is this. The Roach fight wasn't even supposed to happen. Like everybody on the panel just said, we wasn't even checking for the Roach fight. The Roach was at 130. We wasn't checking for this dude. Tank pulled this dude up. This is supposed to be an easy work fight. And then, shock and surprise to me and to everybody else, Roach goes in there and put the flu. I don't know not one person in real life that I've met that said they had Tank winning that fight. Not one person. Only on the internet do I know people who say they think Tank won. In person, everybody, man, Tank got whooped. Tank got, man, ooh, right? That's what the reaction from the whole world was. That Tank lost the fight. So instead of Tank grabbing on to his sack and saying, yo, let's run this back. I'm finna whoop dude, man. I took him lightly the first time, but now I'm finna give him some business. Right? Instead of Tank doing that, he goes off and makes excuses for not fighting Roach, talking about Roach is threatening to go to Roach kids' school and all kind of stupid stuff. Like, bro, what are you doing? Then I seen Tank fans online justifying Tank ducking Roach. Oh, man, Roach is being ungrateful. Roach don't appreciate Tank, what Tank did for him. Like, what are y'all talking about? Then the man tried to go off and fight Jake Paul and let Jake Paul disrespect him to no end. Jake Paul putting up memes of him kissing Tank. Jake Paul doing all kind of diabolical stuff. And Jake Paul, 200 pounds. They agreed to the weight. Jake Paul get to come in at 195 pounds or whatever the case was, right? So you finna fight this heavyweight, right? But you can't go up. You can't fight your contemporary and Shakur Stevenson at 135. You can't fight nobody at 140. Nobody good, right? But you can go up and fight Jake Paul, who's 200 pounds. And then this is the question I got for you, Jermaine. Let me play this. This is my question here. All right.
New deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about on those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, but
okay, what happened to that 7-fight deal, the mythical, magical 7-fight deal, Jermaine?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the 7-fight deal.
It
But
never
let me piggyback a little bit on about the Jake Paul and the whole little weight situation. I don't really look at Jake Paul as a real fighter. He just got exposed as his last fight. Like, that showed you right there he wasn't a real fighter. You know what I'm saying? So him coming in at 200 versus Tank, it would be the same as, like, I don't know if you've seen, did you just see Keyshawn fighting, you know what I mean, sparring the little rapper dude? I think it'd just been the same as that. Or some, you know what I mean, something similar to that if they would have fought.
Okay, so listen, in your own words, Tank is choosing to fight a fake boxer versus a real boxer. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
That's your own words.
Yeah. Because he probably looked at it like it's a free 40 million.
Oh my God.
Okay, so no, that's hey, he said it, not us. He said Tank is choosing to fight the fake fighter versus the real fighter. Brother, Patrice in the building, what to do?
You got a lot of professional boxers agree with Tank on that fight. Like, listen, for that money, I would have grabbed it too. So it's like I can't really fault him for that.
I can.
It was like a quick money grab, you know what I mean? I think they said the fight was gonna be like 10 rounds or something, and it was on or 3-minute rounds, something like, or 2-minute rounds.
That was
something
ridiculous.
like that.
Tank was offered half of 50 mil to go to Saudi and punch Devin Haney in the face back when they were both at 135, and he asked for 2 Ferraris, brother. That happened.
Let me let brother Patrice cook.
I think he was being sarcastic.
Yeah, just real quick before I got to get back to work. First and foremost, salute 78. I hadn't been able to catch one of your lives in a long time, so it feels good to be back.
Yes,
to the guy on the panel who's defending Tank Davis, I just have a few questions. You said that Tank Davis has said before he doesn't care about the belts, which must mean he cares about the money first. So tell me this. Who would Tank have made more money fighting at 135? Isaac Cruz, Hector Garcia, or Devin Haney?
We don't know that. We know Devin Haney would have been a bigger name, though. He the bigger name out of them
Right.
three, of
Let's be
course.
honest. Did
But
anybody know who Cruz was? Be honest about that. No. Right?
you know who he is now, don't you?
Yeah, now, but not
Okay.
when Tank fought him, right? Yes or no?
Right. You right. Because
Okay,
I mean,
then.
but
So
at the end
he
of the day,
had to. So Devin would have definitely been a bigger fight, a bigger payday than somebody who we didn't know. Hector Garcia. Nobody knew him back then. Nobody knows him now. Devin Haney fight would have been a bigger fight money-wise for Tank than Hector and Isak, yes or no?
Devin probably got
Okay,
enough money
then.
with
So
that.
the guy who you just said, he don't care about belts. He cares about money. How come he fought the two guys who would make him less money than fighting Dev?
That's what I kind of just answered this question earlier when I was talking to Drew. Let's see what it is. I just feel like Tank was just being quiet back then. He let Leonard Ellerbe and them put these dudes in front of him, and he just not saying, "Oh, I don't want to fight him. I want to fight him." So I do fault Tank for that, for not speaking up. But as
Yeah,
far as him being scared of Dev and all of these dudes, I don't believe he was scared of them though.
yeah. So when it comes
I just
to
believe his biggest downfall is not speaking up though. Yep, I believe that.
right now, you said he's his own boss now, and anything going
Yeah,
forward
I feel
is
like
on
now he got
him.
more control of his career.
Okay, so
Yeah.
because we could say the same thing about Barrios at 140. Devin, way bigger name, would have made way more money, but he chose not to again. So this is a guy who's bypassing belts, like the Josh Taylor fight, and he's bypassing the bigger money fight, right? After the Ryan Garcia, this is my last question. I got to get back to work. After Ryan Garcia failed drug test, Tank against Devin Haney, Tank Davis said on Twitter, and I quote, "Garcia beat Buddy fair and square. Whoever Tank fights next, if that fighter beats Tank and it comes out that Tank's opponent failed 3 PED tests, would you say that Tank lost fair and square?"
Man, that's a tricky question. That's a tricky question though. I see it's a trick, but at the end of the day though, like, see that Devin and Ryan situation, it's just like the book ain't closed on that. It's like another chapter. They gotta just. I hope we get that down the line next or something like that, because it's like, okay.
Answer this question, bro.
The thing is, it is closed. A sample, that's 1 test. B sample, that's 2. New York State Athletic Commission, that's 3. And Ryan admitted it in court, so that's really 4. So it is closed, right? He had to pay that money up, so it's closed. It's a very simple question. If a fighter who Tank fought tested
But the science, if the science behind it, the science behind all that is not saying that Dev lost because of that. You feel me? Or because it was, you know what I mean? It's not saying that just because that little ostarine in the system. But we ain't gonna. But that's a whole nother. We ain't even gonna get off topic with that though. You feel me? I just hope that they do rematch that.
It's part of the question that I just asked. We're talking about PED test. So you're talking about the science of it. The science is ostarine is not naturally produced by the body, so it shouldn't be in the body at all. That's the science behind ostarine. Did you know that?
If that would have happened to Tank, if that had been Tank in that situation, I would have wanted Tank to get get back ASAP. We gonna see what it do.
Right, but would you say that Tank lost fair and square, like Tank said Devin did?
No, I wouldn't say that. But that's Tank's opinion. I wouldn't say he lost fair and square.
I'm just asking.
That's
I appreciate you opening up the panel. I got to get back to work. Salute to all the truth tellers.
Brother. Let me.
But we must get that rematch though. We got to get that, because at the end, that's the fight. That's what the fight the fans want. Bill always saying that we get the fans what they want. They know the fans want this Ryan rematch. We don't want. Don't nobody want Rolly.
You keep saying that's the fight we want and stuff. I keep hearing Tank fans say that, but Devin has already signed to fight Ryan in a rematch. Ryan is the one who turned down the fight. That's public knowledge, but everybody keep overlooking that as if Devin needs to do more to get the Ryan fight.
Crazy.
Devin already signed a contract to fight Ryan Garcia in a rematch, win or lose, after he fought with the boy Ramirez. Ryan lost to Rolly. Devin was still supposed to fight Ryan. Ryan said, "Nope, I need time off." Then Ryan come back and he gets another title shot against Mario Barrios, and Devin's right there waiting, like, let's do it. Ryan is again playing hardball behind the scenes, talking about I'm the A side. You ain't no A side or nothing. It's no A side because Turkey is giving each person what they want. So what are you talking about A side? You're not finna dictate no drug testing and how that's happening. You got caught cheating. You lost the first fight because you cheated. So you don't dictate nothing. It's Ryan Garcia is the one who has turned down this fight, not Devin.
But Dev said Ryan messaging you with that A side, but they never went into negotiations though.
Right.
Soon as Ryan said that, Dev like, oh, he playing. We about to go straight to Rolly. And I just feel like, you know what I mean?
No, you're not going to put that on Devin. The PBC contacted Devin, just like they could have contacted Devin for the Tank fight. They contacted Devin for the Rolly fight. It's no excuse. They just didn't do it for Tank because they don't think Tank can beat Devin. Freedom's March in the super chat. Appreciate the love, bro. I don't know why it's not letting me let you on Freedom's March. I see you coming to the back, but it's saying device not connected. I don't know what that's about. My brother Freedom's March in the super chat with the 10-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, since StreamYard is acting a donkey, I'll answer here. He says, Tonka knows he'll get whooped, and he said he would be embarrassed by the loss. He said so himself pretty much. Said if he don't KO Devin, he lose. That's what he said. Tank Davis said that his own mouth. He said, I'm not going over to Saudi Arabia because I need a knockout to win. That's what he said. He said, if I fight Devin, he gonna lose. This is already in Tank's mind, losing. Let me read this super chat before I go to BVO. The brother Mook _ in the super chat with that 5-piece. Thank you, good brother. He says Devin signed to fight Ryan for 2 fights, the rematch and the third. Yes, I apologize. Absolutely, he signed for 2 fights, a rematch and the third. Ryan is the one who didn't want the fight. I don't know why Tank fans keep pretending like this didn't happen, or maybe they don't know. BVO, what's happening with it, bro?
What's going on, General? How you feeling? How everybody doing on the panel? I just say this, man. You know, we already know what Abdul Wahid's gonna do because he said he only want to fight Gardner's. Willie Zepeda is right there at 135. Why wouldn't he fight Willie Zepeda, knock him out, and then tell the Puerto Rican Shakur, fight me now? But he fighting a guy he know he can beat, and Nissan Cruz. So it's just like it's nothing new, and it just reminds me of that movie, man. You know, Tank fans be like, I don't know, you always want to ask him, man, your mama still clean them $10 houses? Because there's nothing you can really say to him, man. I don't know, a lot of people don't know that movie, but that's one of my favorite scenes when he asks my man, your mom still clean them $10 houses? But that's pretty much the average Tank fan, man. It's like, but they did this same stuff, man, when Sugar Ray Leonard wanted to pick and choose, when Canelo wanted to pick and choose. So this is nothing new. People pick and choose all the time. They forget that Sugar Ray Leonard made Hagler wait till he was in his 30s. I mean, it's just revisiting his history now. You know, they forget that he played all them games till Aaron Pryor started smoking crack and we never got to fight. But this is just boxing. These guys always pick and choose. Unfortunately, what Tank is, I gotta admit, he's the one that they chose. So that's why so many people love him, because if he did the right things, we wouldn't be having these conversations. If he can beat Devin and Shakur, just beat them niggas and move on. But he won't. So, I mean, that's kind of what I think about it. I just think you can't get mad. That's who the people chose, the cornball.
Hey, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead and read that.
I agree with that. I feel like Tank, they gonna always like the fans always gonna ask him about Shakur and Dev. He just them two names, the two main names they gonna always ask him about. I hope that he end up fighting them. We don't know. We gotta wait and see.
Well,
but as far as Pitbull, this fight with Pitbull, it's a comeback fight. The man, by the time he fight Pitbull, he gonna be out the ring 18 months.
Here's why I have no faith in that. Let me General, let me read this super chat, and I'm gonna point something out. Ace Thunder in that super chat says, C78 more, I just feel babble, caps for cheats. Let me explain what that says right there. Because I've been talking to you, brother. I've been listening to you talk. You say I feel a lot. You say probably a lot. That means you're unsure. But when I said the last thing I said to you,
a lot of it's opinionated. It's opinionated.
I understand, but you have to base your opinions off of facts. And when I said, how can I believe what you say when I see what you do? Tank Davis left at least 16 names on the table between 2017 and today, right now as we speak, that he did not fight, that he could have fought. And everybody's out there working but him. I asked you about Josh Taylor. All right, I asked you about Subadel Matias. I asked you about the Lamont Roach rematch. Keyshawn Davis called them out. Gary Russell Jr. was back then. Okay, Teofimo Lopez came through at 135 and became unified and fought for undisputed. Well, he didn't fight for undisputed. He lost, and he ended up losing to George Kambosos, who came out of nowhere. And at least he got in there with Devin Haney, lost twice. But, I mean, come on, he didn't try to intervene. There was a unification fight with Shakur right there. He didn't even do it. You understand? But for some reason, you guys are okay with that, with things that are mediocre. You take things that are mediocre as excellence, and Tank is just a mediocre guy. Right now, Ray Matala and Abdullah Mason are sitting there.
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Ray Matala and Abdullah Mason are sitting there. And it's not like he's saying, hey, I'm going to come back and get a warm-up and I'm going to go snatch those belts off those young men. He's not even doing that. So if he's not doing that and he's not fighting his contemporaries, but you guys keep paying for him to fight rematches that no one asked for in the first place, or pulling up someone from 130, or he might try and snake the Monster and Nui fight, which I heard his camp say they're not opposed to that. What am I supposed to believe he's going to do when he said, Jermaine disappeared again? What am I supposed to believe when he says, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and he never does it? This kid does not do anything that I would like to see him do. And all I asked him to do was to fight his contemporaries. And it went from me saying all these are 50-50 fights, or fights that lean in his favor, to him not taking them, him being the A side, just not taking them, which leads me in a direction to say, hey, man, this kid's a coward. He's a blown-up, beefy coward. How the hell is an A side not taking care of the business? And this is why we respect Devin Haney so much. He put out a list. Everyone's on it. And nobody, with the exception of Brian Norman Jr., jumped into that fire. And now they just seen that. And Tank fans, I saw y'all. Y'all were talking about, oh, man, he going to do this, he going to do that. Devin was supposed to die that night. Well, y'all saw what happened. And by the way, Brian Norman put the flip-flops on Tank. That's the word I got. So now when Devin when he did that, he put the whole world on notice. So all you guys are talking. You're on the list. Do something. 50 Cent voice. You got to do something, baby. Anyway.
Let me ask you this, though, Drew. If we look at that fight, and I get it's a lot of pickle pullers, anybody with sense knew that Devin was going to beat his ass. Anybody with sense knew that you're not going to have a dude get knocked down by Buka Chica going to beat Devin Haney. So I guess the thing is, that fight was super overmatched. And I guess I never understand, how can we argue with fans who know that's an overmatched fight and would say something stupid like, oh, Devin's going to lose the Brian. Man, he was going to beat the fried chicken out of Brian Norman. And Brian Norman's my man.
I could answer that because there's a difference between fanatics, which is short for fans. Well, fan is short for fanatics, and actual supporters of the sport. I'm a supporter of the sport. And I knew it was a mismatch. I saw them in person. It was in New York. And the first thing I noticed was, I said, yo, Devin is not smaller than this guy like people were advertising. And I said, Devin's his size, and Devin looks strong. And I think the rumors are true. Brian Norman Jr. is a strong kid, but I said it doesn't match as far as skill set. That's all I said. And I told everyone you're going to be amazed how fast Devin is, how strong he is in that clinch. And by the way, a lot of those clinches Brian Norman initiated, and he wasn't getting out-muscled. He ate a good punch in the first round, and then Devin dropped him in the second, and it was smooth sailing. Well, it was smooth sailing because Brian was dangerous, but he was outclassed. He was not ready. And I don't think he'll ever be ready because Devin's a five-dimensional fighter. He's just better, and that's just it. And there's no disrespect to him. That's just what it is. But my point is, you have to qualify to talk boxing with us. When you're talking emotion, this is what Tank fans do. Anybody that's lining up to fight Devin, now all of a sudden Rolly's this world beater. Huh? When did that happen? Rolly's not a world beater. He's an ass whooping. He's the Latino Arturo Gatti. That's what he is. He'll look okay in the win, and then he'll get his ass beat. Y'all gonna see. And Devin's gonna beat him so bad, he might stop him. Y'all gonna say, hey man, this fight should have never took place. No. Rolly has a belt. That's why he was on the list. Barrios was on that list because he had a belt. And I'm tired of this. If your man has a belt, then he's qualified. Brian Norman was not trash. He had a belt. And everybody was running from him, except Devin ran to him. First fight at 47. First fight.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to hear it, man.
So this proves my whole thing that, like, because I'm a Canelo fan. It don't matter who you fight. Canelo fight the biggest, blackest niggas they got. If he lose to him, he don't get no credit. But the fact that he will fight him, he don't get no credit. And the one guy he don't fight, David Benavidez, you know, because he don't fight the pussycat, they want to say, oh, he's this and that. I just don't understand. In boxing, it's always going to be hypocritical statements because you can't win for losing. If you like Canelo and you fight all the guys, they tell you about the guys you didn't fight. But if you think about those three losses with Canelo, if he beats all three of those guys, we might be having a different conversation about it.
Hey, BBO, we are not about to turn this into some Canelo defense stuff. Nope, absolutely not. Let me read the super chat real quick though.
You go, General.
Curtis Robinson in the super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, Tank act like he didn't have faith in himself fighting Devin, and that's crazy. Not having faith in yourself like that, downing your craft. And then we got salute to you, brother. And then we got the brother Campish in the super chat. Appreciate the support. He says people don't like or don't talk about George Kambosos calling out Tank after the Tio fight enough. That was a layup for Tank. Salute. Appreciate the support. Freedom's Marches, I see you back there, but it's not letting me. It said device not connected.
Jermaine in the chat, he said he's asking, I want the Tank versus Devin fight, but if Rolly wins, how much credit does Tank get? Well, here's what I'm going to say. Since that knockout, Rolly's had some wins. He's also a champion, right? But he also got beat up by Cruz. But prior to that, he was getting beat up by the Elder.
Yeah, the Amazonian Elder.
Yeah, the Amazonian dude. He was getting beat up by him. We never said Rolly wasn't a solid guy. I'm not going to discredit Rolly. I just don't think there's a lot of guys he could beat. And Tank was one of them. I never picked Rolly to win that fight. Ask Jermaine, when was the last fight you saw Tank in that you knew he was going to have a problem in?
Well, the thing is this: styles make fights in the sport of boxing. So you can't, we can't look at. This is what Tank fans do a lot of. They want people that Tank beat to beat Devin instead of wanting Tank to beat Devin and Tank to have all that glory. They want people that Tank already beat to beat Devin, so they can say, "Oh, see, Devin's not on Tank level." It's really a coward way. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody in school, a school bully, slapping you every day, taking your lunch money, slapping you. But then the dude you beat up in 5th grade, he beat up the bully. So then you taking credit for it, like, yeah. See. No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry. You still got your lunch money took.
Hey, General, Pete. Lamont Roach lost to Jamel Herring, right?
Right.
Lost to him at 130. Jamel Herring fought Shakur, and Shakur beat him, right?
Right.
Okay, so if we're doing triangle theories, why won't Tank fight Shakur?
Man, it ain't gonna happen. Tank is not finna fight Devin or Shakur. He's not finna fight none of them guys. Listen, bro. All right, before I let Jermaine cook. No, matter of fact, Ronnie, bro, you ain't saying that in a minute. You want to cook? Mm-hmm. Ronnie, you there? Ronnie might
came off mute.
No, I took him out. He might have stepped away from me. Let me play this clip. Oh, this ain't even all of them. It's just some of Tank contemporaries.
I'm about to go rob something. Y'all know me. I'm dangerous. I'm in his head. Look, he's mad. My head? He's mad. What?
Got bob and weed, job, bob and weed.
Okay. My question to you is, obviously you called out Mikey Garcia after the fight, but earlier in the week you mentioned Gervonta Davis and you mentioned how you would fight him for free. Obviously we know, you wouldn't actually fight him for free, but what are your thoughts on Gervonta Davis and a possible matchup? Because many people...
Ask Floyd Mayweather. He said the kid isn't ready yet for the fight. Floyd Mayweather is his promoter. Floyd Mayweather, of anybody, Jr., knows about boxing. The question of whether Gervonta Davis is ready to fight a master like Loma should be put to Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Let him answer that question. Don't ask stupid stuff about Gervonta Davis when his promoter says he's not ready.
But you know, I think Gervonta Davis, he's best of the best fighter in the Twitter.
Which one of those two fights interests you more, Gervonta Davis or Terrence Crawford?
Whichever monkey wants to get the banana.
Okay. All right. So
Twitter, Jay, you a troll, nigga. So I don't even know if I can believe you. Jay said Tank just said on Twitter that he sent Shakur a contract and went elsewhere.
All my life, Tank a liar. If he just said that shit, that nigga's a fucking liar. He need to stop lying.
Okay.
I would,
Shakur's
yo, no cap. If he sent me a contract, tell him to post that contract. Post the contract he sent me. That's what I want to see. And I want to see that. Don't make up no fake contract. Don't post the contract you sent me. I would love to see it.
Tank, do you got the balls to fight me or not? Yes or no? The last world champion he fought was in 2017. And
I'm at the fights and then look.
You know it. You know it. You fucking something up real soon, Slam. Everybody stay the fuck out the way. Gervonta, Tank Davis, I'm on your ass.
Bob told Tank that Loma was his master. Did you peep the word game?
Mm-hmm.
That was ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Master.
But yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too. But at this, hey, why Loma? He got a chance to fight Tank. What, a couple years ago? What he do? He turned it down. He said the man said he wouldn't focus or something crazy.
He retired. That's what happened.
Right,
So
but I'm talking about before he retired.
Okay, no.
Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, he retired, but prior to that, but he had only one loss. And I wanted Tank to give him his second one because I thought Tank would have stopped him. I'm like, why is this kid not fighting this dude? Orlando Salido went in there and got busy. Why can't Tank do him dirty? He never responded, bro. And that was 2017. 2018 or something like that. Why didn't Tank take the fight back then? He could have made it. I asked you earlier. He's the A side. He makes all the decisions. Leonard Ellerbe in the clip says we make the calls. Why didn't he call Loma back then?
And that was Tank's biggest mistake in his career, in my opinion. He was letting Leonard and them make all the decisions instead of him. So TMT, a lot of them big names, I blame a lot of it on TMT. And I gotta blame Tank too, because you should have spoke up. But TMT, like, y'all should have been putting Shakur and Devin name in front of and on the desk.
Okay, well, that's
making them
not
fights
true.
happen.
I'm gonna tell you why that's not true. I wish I had the clip. Ronnie Kino, I gotta put you back on me, bro. It's back on your side.
It's all right. Just let me in when you get a chance,
Okay,
brother.
go ahead, cook, bro.
Well, I just wanted to say something real quick to the video you just showed. That video you just showed, it just shows that Tank been doing this his whole career, because this was a long time ago. People wanted to see the Lomachenko fight, and he didn't take that fight. That fight right there, I knew something was up with him. Like when he didn't take that fight, and also 78, another video. Well, it's not a video, but Floyd Mayweather himself came out. He actually taunted Tank when him and Tank was like beefing or whatever.
Right.
He said, you know what? He said, get Leonard Ellerbe. He said, get Bob Arum the top rank Todd the Buff on the phone. He's like, we gonna make the Lomachenko fight next. And then Tank came out and was like, Floyd can't tell me what to do. I'll do what I want to do. Like, Floyd actually threatened Tank with Lomachenko, which was hilarious. Like, I've never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah, man,
Like,
it's diabolical because it's like this. Look, everybody keeps talking about. I see Drink in the chat, but Drink ain't clicked the link to come on here. But look, they said that about the Loma stuff. Yes, you could. Loma definitely dunked Tank later, but when you had 5 years to fight the dude, you didn't want to fight the man. Everybody kept saying that, Tank ain't ready and Tank ain't ready and like you said. Floyd used Lomachenko to threaten Tank in front of the whole world. Then after Devin squashes Lomachenko, and Loma didn't want no rematch with Devin, Loma talking about he don't know what he want to do. He crying. He want to retire. Then Tank say, "Hey, I'll fight you, Loma. Want to fight me now? I just saw the blueprint to beat you." He didn't want to fight Loma until after Devin smashed him. How pathetic is that, bro? Come on, fam. So Lomachenko retired from the sport basically after the Devin Haney fight. Okay, he retired, and that's when Gervonta Davis wanted to fight. But regardless of the fact, you had 5 years to fight this dude, you never took the opportunity. You had 5 years to fight Devin Haney, never took the opportunity. Right now, you got Keyshawn Davis out here. You don't want to fight him. You got Shakur Stevenson. You don't want to fight him. You never fought Gary Russell, who was you like bringing up small guys. Gary Russell been there. He from your area, DMV area. Never fought him. Never fought his brother. The man never fought Teofimo Lopez. The man never fought Subriel Matisse. You can go on, Josh Taylor, go on and on about the people, Tank Davis, his contemporaries of his generation that he never fought. The dude has a type. You know how dudes date certain type of women? Oh, that's his type. That's his type. Tank Davis has a type. Now, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You got his same type. My approach just found out be food. But nope, that's what happened. You start playing with these black fighters. Now Lamont Roach, they keep putting him in front of all these other guys, hoping he loses to somebody else. So that justifies Tank not fighting him. It's crazy, bro.
But Tank got a solid resume though. His resume solid. He ain't fought the best names, but he fought some solid names.
Run down his resume, brother. Run down his resume.
I mean, we ain't gonna go to every fighter, but look at the ones. All right, we're gonna start with Rolly. I mean, how much credit he give him fighting Rolly?
0. Who was he before he fought Tank?
Everybody got to be somebody at some point.
Okay, hold on, brother.
Everybody wasn't, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Coming in the game a superstar.
Who was Ryan before he fought Tank?
Ryan wasn't a big name before he fought Tank. He wasn't no big name.
What did he do before he fought Tank in boxing? I'm not talking about twerking on Instagram. What did he do in boxing before he fought Tank?
I mean, Ryan, he ain't have no champion. He ain't have no belts, but he did stop some good names. He stopped the other. He stopped the one white boy with the body shop. I forgot his name.
Luke Campbell.
Yeah, he stopped him with the body shop. And Luke wasn't no. I mean, he wasn't no scrub. He wasn't no scrub.
Okay, can you tell me anything about Luke Campbell?
I mean, he wasn't no scrub. He was, you know what I mean? He wasn't no.
You're telling me he wasn't.
Was that his first
brother?
loss to Ryan or no?
Can you tell me anything about Luke Campbell? Because you used him. I asked you, tell me about his resume. So you said his name. Can you tell me anything about Luke Campbell? If you can, it's okay. Because I'm just proving my point. Who else? Javier Fortuna?
Okay, Javier Fortuna. I ain't follow Javier.
Okay, so those are the only things I could think of in reference to Ryan. So somehow, okay. Hold on. Let me say this. Somehow he gets a Tank Davis fight over Devin Haney at that time, over Lomachenko at that time. How?
That was
Why?
his team. Blame his team. I blame his team for that.
Why? I'm not blaming the team, brother. You know why?
That was Leonard them.
No, but you know what? You guys supported that. And that's what's wrong with boxing. That's my point. Y'all supported that. I didn't support that. And then on top of that, he drains Ryan Garcia and puts moles in his camp, telling him what he's eating and everything, and then busts his ribs up. And he lost to a body shot. That happened, brother.
Come on now, that sounds a little diabolical. I heard that though, but come on, that ain't, you know what I mean?
Brother, you gonna tell me I'm lying? Am I lying on that, brother? Am I lying on that? You think?
I heard the same thing.
I can prove it. I can prove it.
I heard the same thing. No, that was going around the internet. It was people were saying that.
No, I can prove it. The dude that was his chief sparring partner, the one that bust up Ryan's ribs, he said it online, brother. That happened. Ryan, are you okay? It was a Mongolian kid, an Asian kid. Are you okay?
But I believe the results would have been the same though, either way.
It don't matter. But what I'm saying is it was done. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So we got Ryan. Now, mind you, Ryan, his next fight He's not a pay-per-view star. His next fight was on free TV, and they had to close off half the Toyota Center in Houston. So he needs a dance partner to do anything. So what I'm saying is he fought Luke Campbell, Javier Fortuna, Ryan Garcia. You talking about his resume, right?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that some of the dudes that he fought on his resumes is household names in the game now, big names. Like a Ryan, like a Rolly. These dudes got bills. You can't like.
Rolly's a household name.
He a world champion.
Rolly's a household name. I'm using your words. Rolly's a household name.
He's a big name in the sport. He got some build.
Oh,
he's a big name in the sport. He got a build.
Who has Tank beat that's gonna go down as a Hall of Famer?
I gotta hear this
because he got several people in his contemporaries that are going to be. Devin Haney is going to be a Hall of Famer. Shakur Stevenson is going to be a Hall of Famer. We don't know about Keyshawn, but he might be there, right? I think that Gary Russell may be, right?
Tiafimo's going to go there too.
Yeah, Tiafimo,
whether we like it or not.
Yeah, Tiafimo, exactly. Whether we like
Tank
it or not.
gonna go there. I mean, we can't. You know what I mean?
So who? How many Hall of Famers would you say he's beaten, or who has he beaten as a Hall of Famer?
Right now, probably. I mean, it's still up in the air because it's like the fighters are still fighting.
Bro, you said his resume was popping, bro. You got to fire this off, bro. I could tell you Devin Haney's going to Hall of Fame based off of accomplishments alone. I can say the same thing about Shakur. I can't say the same thing about Tank. He's gone backwards. He was en route to doing something great, and then he just stopped. And he had nothing but space and opportunity to do something, and he chose not to do it. I'm not blaming his team. He was supposed to tell Floyd and Leonard, yo, get me this Devin fight. Get me the Shakur fight. Get me that Lomachenko dude.
And this was
even if he did it go ahead.
This is what I was going to say. I forgot. My bad. This is what I was going to say earlier. Tank, to debunk what Jermaine said about them putting guys in front of Tank and Tank just beating the guys they put in front of him and Tank not speaking up. Tank said on the Gilly and Wilo show, because we all thought that Floyd was the one and Leonard Ellerbe was the one stopping him from his greatness. Tank said himself to Gilly, he said, "No, they never." He said, "I never asked for those fights."
Oh, that's right.
He said, "I never asked for those fights." And Gilly was like, "Huh?" Because everybody was shocked. Like, wait a minute, we thought Floyd and them was just. And he was like, "No." Tank admitted in that interview that he never asked for those fights. And then Tank's coach recently said Tank picks his own fights. Coach just said that on Mill City. Tank picks his fights. So at what point are we gonna stop making excuses for this dude and just say, look, bro, forget about Rolly beating Devin, forget about Ryan. Bro, Devin Haney fans be on the internet talking crazy. Tank, can you please just fight this dude and end this? Well, when is Tank fans gonna stand up like that? I never in my life heard a Tank fan say, yo, Tank, just fight Devin Haney. I'm tired of hearing these Devin Haney fans. It's always, well, this Devin gotta do this, Devin gotta do that, Devin gotta do this. Like you chasing the same girl from 9th grade to 12th grade trying to get some coochie. It's ridiculous. Ain't nobody got time.
I won't even fight there. But if he ain't comfortable at 147, I like for him to do it at catchweight at 44 or 143 or something.
He could have fought him at 135. Why does Tank need an advantage? At 135, Devin was draining himself to make that weight. He could have fought Devin at 135, and then you go up to 140 to fight old boy to fight
So if they fought at the catchweight, do you like Devin's chances at 144?
Yep.
What are we talking about here? Wait, hold on, Jermaine. What are we talking
about? We just talking hypotheticals.
Wait, hold on. No, I can't do hypotheticals, bro. Not with Tank, not at this point in his career. We don't need to do hypotheticals because Devin was undisputed at 35 and he was with all the smoke. There's no excuse for this at this point in his career. There is none.
He dropped the ball at one. I already admitted that. He should have spoke up. He didn't speak up.
He also dropped the ball at 140. Are you familiar with the Coach Cal interview? When my brother Marco asked Coach Cal, he said, "What about Devin Haney?" Coach Cal said, "At what weight though?" And I'm like, "Well, Devin was at 135. What are we talking about at what weight?" And then he asked about Shakur. And then you know what Coach Cal said? And I have the video. He says, "Why would we want that fight though? said, what are you talking about? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what did we talk? Why would you say that out loud? So no Shakur, no Devin, no Teofimo, no George Kambosos. So what am I going to expect from Tank? Esau Cruz, who he beat with one hand, I'm supposed to pay for that? Why?
Bro, I just gotta say.
I don't know. I don't know why Coach Calvin said that, man. I was salty at Coach Calvin for saying that, because if Tank ain't said, what you saying it for?
Because he knows his product and he knows what Tank can do and what he
But
can't.
well, that's okay. Before I go to Ryan Aquino, Jermaine, that's a good point. If Tank ain't said it, why is they saying it? So now, Tank already stated that he said something similar. I wish I still had a tweet. I might got it somewhere in my files. But Tank said something about, he responded to everybody talking about, oh, he too small for this and that. Tank said, when did I ever say I wouldn't fight at 140? He never said that. It's all of y'all. His fans are saying Devin too big, this person too big. Tank never said none of this. So all you really gotta say is Tank needs to just be fighting his contemporaries. That's it. He can end all this. Go ahead, Ronnie Kino. Ronnie, go ahead, brother. Oh, Ronnie.
Y'all Tank fans is so scary, bro. Like, bro, why did Devin gotta fight him at a catch weight, bro? He was finna fight Jake Paul at 100 and what pounds, and y'all asking for only thing, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Only thing you do, you and your Tank, you and the rest of the Tank fans.
But see, that's why Tank, he came out and told his team, like, y'all niggas need to quit speaking for me. When it comes, especially his coaches and them, like Coach Calvin and Kenny, them, sometimes they say things that Tank don't agree with. Like, for instance, with that, with Cap, come on, man.
Let Ronnie go ahead, Ronnie.
Man, I'm saying, bro, like, he was about to fight Jake Paul at 100 and how much pounds, and y'all asking for a catch weight for what? What do you need? Only thing you and the rest of the Tank fans is doing is showing how scary y'all are and how scared y'all are of him fighting Devin. Let him, if they gonna fight, bro. Terrence Crawford fought Canelo at 168 with no rehydration clause, bro, because he's that dude. Y'all say Tank is that dude. If he's really that dude, go up there and fight Devin at whatever weight, because you better than him, right? Y'all think he's better than Devin. Y'all think he's better than Shakur Stevenson and everybody else. So if he's really like that, ain't no catch weight. Only thing y'all doing when y'all mention the catch weight, 144, you just showing how scared you are for him fighting Devin, bro. I'm just saying, I'm just calling it like it is, bro. That's what it is, bro. Like, y'all don't want that fight. Y'all just want to be able to come on the internet and brag about what y'all think Tank can do and who he can knock out and all this and that. But in reality, y'all don't want to see the fight. Y'all don't want that fight because y'all don't want to have to look bad if he lose. But really, me and people like 78, we stand behind the fighters that we like. If they lose, they lose. We gonna ride with them, win or lose. I got a lot of my favorite fighters got losses. A lot of my favorite fighters got losses.
Let me address this real quick before I go to Drew. And y'all gotta hit the like button, man. If y'all been in the chat, we've been cooking for almost 2 hours. We ain't even got 200 likes, man. This is diabolical, bro. The disrespect, man. Dream of Water says, Dream, I don't know why you don't never click the link. You just be in the chat, just running them away. He said, if the fight happens, it'll never happen on Devin's terms, not happening at 147. Because Tank's a wee-wee. That's why. Okay, you keep talking about 147, but when he was at 135 and we kept talking, kept doing videos about it, y'all had excuses for why he couldn't fight him at 135. 135! You made excuses. All of y'all did. For 5 years. Then when Devin goes to 140, this is what Leonard had to say. This is what Leonard had to say. After Devin goes to 140.
They're not even in the same weight class. And
They ain't in the same way. Of course not. Now, more. What are you talking about? How can you duck somebody for 5-6 years, and then when they finally move up, oh, well, they ain't even the same weight class. We need a catch weight. What? Okay, fine. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Forget about Devin for a second. Let's just take Devin off the table. Forget about Devin. Why he can't fight Shakur? Please say Shakur too big for him. Let's hear it. Why can't he fight Shakur Stevenson? Jermaine, let me know something. Why can't he fight Shakur Stevenson?
He can fight Shakur. That fight gonna happen though. I feel like that fight gonna happen. In my opinion, it's gonna happen.
That fight ain't gonna happen.
I don't know why they not negotiating. I don't know why they not negotiating and fighting it now. But I would take Shakur over Lamont over that Lamont rematch after Pitbull.
Okay. So all
at
right,
135.
All right, so now.
Well, no, at 140. I forgot he don't move up. 140.
Let's go to Drink. Drink is in the building. Drink, what's your response to what we saying on here?
What up, bro? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Hello?
you.
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Look, I want the fight to happen, but y'all know how the politics work. If it happened, it ain't happening at 147. They're not going to give Devin that. You know that. So for you to even ask that, you don't even want to see the fight.
That's cap.
You know
Okay.
he's not going
Okay, why didn't it happen at 135, Drink? Why didn't it happen at 135? When Devin was asking for it? Because all I heard was excuses from Tank's fans. When we was on here every day as Haney fans asking for Tank versus Haney, all we heard from Tank fans is, oh, Devin ain't done enough. Devin ain't this and Devin ain't that. Ha ha ha. Devin become undisputed. Oh, Devin, he under contract with Top Rank. We don't do business with Top Rank. Blah, blah, blah. We don't do business with the Zone. Devin is a free agent. Y'all still don't want to fight.
Call Al.
Call Al. Soon as Devin go to 140, now it's Devin too big. Devin too big. He did that, right? But y'all can fight Ryan, who's with the Zone, right? Y'all can go offer Lomachenko a fight after Devin beat him, who's with Top Rank, but you can't fight Devin at 135. Can't fight Devin at 140. Now for sure, y'all ain't gonna fight him at 147, and somehow it's the onus is on Devin to be at a disadvantage to fight Tank. Tank is afraid of the dude. He don't think he can beat him. His fans, y'all don't believe he can beat Devin. Y'all don't. The energy y'all have for other people, the confidence I be hearing from Tank fans, when y'all talk about other people, I hear it. I can feel it from you. When you talk about Devin, y'all always need some type of crazy advantage. Y'all know what time it is. The boy getting smoked out there.
Listen, I'm a Devin Haney fan, bro. Ain't nobody worried about Devin. We've seen the sparring footage. Truth be told, yeah, he got the money. All right, he probably was tired, out of shape, whatever. Devin would have been knocked out 4 times. Nobody worried about Devin Haney, bro.
Okay, why you ain't calling for the fight?
I've been calling for the fight. You know I have. I can't speak for everybody else. I've been saying he need to knock him out. But I know if the fight is to happen, it's not going to happen at 147. You know how it goes when you're talking about
it ain't gonna happen
fighters.
Bro, you gotta stop talking about the weight because it ain't gonna happen. It didn't happen at 135. It didn't happen at 140. So we know it ain't gonna happen at 147 because it ain't gonna happen.
Look, at 35, you know how these fights they marinate. That's how they do it. Just like Leonard Ellerbe was saying.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what? I'm speaking the truth. Look. When Dad was talking about he would have stepped in and fought Tank on 4 weeks, you know it wasn't happening. I don't have to pretend that was going to be the case.
My connection going in and out.
You know it's not going to happen if Devin offered it.
Because listen, we talking about the suits. You talking about like Tank making a decision. The suits had Pitbull Cruz on the undercard. They just elevated them. That's an in-house. There's something they could do in-house. And on top of that, the money. You know how the money goes. Pitbull Cruz making nothing, pennies. So you know how
Shout
they
out
do
to Turkey Out of Sheik because he just shit all over this. Shout out to Turkey Out of Sheik and Zuffa and Dana White. This is what boxing deserves.
Can we stay on topic, Drew?
Yeah, we're talking about money, right? Marinating fights, right?
We're talking about when Dev claimed he would have took the fight on 4-week notice. It wouldn't have happened. I don't care what he said. But let's just say hypothetically, it was a possibility. It wasn't going to pay him what he wanted to get paid versus what Pitbull Cruz was getting paid. The shit was capped, bro.
Devin Haney never once asked Tank for some astronomical amount of money. Matter of fact, Devin said he'll take the same deal y'all gave Ryan Garcia. And mind you, Tank fans always say,
that's not astronomical money.
No, that's not. Listen, this is why. This is what it be irritating me because Tank fans always look at the aftermath where Ryan Garcia got $30 million from the pay-per-view revenue, but Ryan Garcia's guarantee was only $2.5 million. They had an upside. The upside was if the fight did 1 million pay-per-views, boom, they hit a whole new stratosphere. But if it don't do that many numbers, they only getting their guarantee of 2.5 million. So when Devin said, "I'll take that same deal," I'll take the same deal, and then Devin, so 2.5 million for Devin Haney, that of course that's worth it.
No, that's fair. But let me ask you this. All right, so when Dev was in this 3-fight deal with Top Rank that he couldn't get out, that he admitted himself. We ain't got to pretend that he was going to fight Tank during that 3-fight deal. Once you got undisputed, why wasn't Bill on his Thanksgiving tour? Why did he go radio silent after he beat
bro? Drink, have you forgotten what happened? Devin Haney have been calling out Tank the entire time. Even Bob Arum, I did a whole video playing the interview. Bob Arum came out and said, Devin Haney is currently under contract with us. If he wants to Tank, if Tank wants to fight Devin, we can definitely make that fight happen, and we can pay George Kambosos step aside money. That's what Bob Arum said, and then Tank fans came on in there. That's cap. Bob capping. Now y'all believe in Bob Arum? That's cap. Bob Arum, y'all believe
Bob
in
Arum? Bob Arum wasn't Kambosos' promoter, bro. He can't make that call. How you know Kambosos is gonna take that?
You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. This is my point. No matter what Devin says or does, y'all can always find a way to twist it to where it wasn't ready. It didn't matter. Blah blah blah. I am True Man. What's happening with it, bro?
Salute, y'all. How y'all doing?
We're doing good, family.
Well, can I say this? Because I gotta go. I'm gonna give right back to you, True Man. I'm sorry. It's amazing. 3 years ago, before Turkey really got motivated, motion in the business, under the A side, B side, umbrella, they could say crap like this. The regime has changed. Devin is in the position he is right now. There's an entire list, and I normally say I can't believe, but I can believe that all of those people on that list are still requiring certain things that will put Devin at a disadvantage, and they're still not fighting. And here's the funny part. Devin will concede to some of that stuff, but it's amazing how Devin still has to do everything. He put out a list, and he still has to do everything. You guys don't want your favorite fighter to fight this dude. And all I'm asking, if you think your man wants to smoke and he's better than Devin, just kindly get into the ring. And you guys can't do that. Money's not the issue. Turkey's involved. Money's not the issue. The issue is your favorite fighter, because he has no cojones. And this is why y'all make boxing trash. Shout out to Turkey Adashik and Zuffa and Dana White. Y'all deserve this crap. I'm out.
Hey, salute, my brother Drew. Thank you for pulling up on us. Let me go to the homie I Am True Man. What's your thoughts, bro? You on mute, brother. You went back on mute. Let me try to take him off mute. No, I can't do it. You gotta unmute yourself, brother. I Am True Man. Go ahead, brother Drink. Go ahead and finish up what you was cooking on.
All right, real quick. Then regarding Shakur, how we just ignored that the man got the call and chose to go fight Joe Cordina? How we ignore that? Ain't rhetorical. Y'all can answer.
Now listen, brothers. Listen. Okay, you say you can't hear us? You might have to leave out and come back in, True Man. Leave out and come back in. All right, look. This is what I say, man. This is what's the frustrating part. Every single time Tank has an opportunity to fight somebody, it's always the other guy didn't do enough. Why did he do this? Why can't Tank, who's the A side, say, hey, bro, I want to fight Shakur Stevenson next, make the fight happen? Why is it always some loophole that we waiting for? Tank, Stephen Espinosa already came out and debunked that whole myth. He already said that because first I thought Shakur was capping. I said, oh man, Stephen Espinosa, they saying that they offering Shakur a fight with Tank, and Shakur, you know what I'm saying, he ducked it. I did a video about it. And then what happened? Shakur said he refuted it, said that's not how it happened. And then Stephen Espinosa, somebody called him. He did a whole nother interview claiming that, it was just preliminary talks. It was no contract or anything like that. It was just, we were just having a preliminary conversation.
Right, 78.
Okay, so if that's
you're right. You talking about, wait, hold on. You talking about the Sway in the Morning interview. You're right. It is preliminary. If I call you and you say, "Nah, we about to go this way," it was confirmed by Jay Prince. It was confirmed by Shakur. We wouldn't have known about it if nobody didn't ask him. He didn't offer up that information. He said he got a call from Tank Team. He said he didn't talk to nobody. Only his team talked.
I have never. Listen, Drink. You are pulling. Go ahead.
If his team, Jay Prince, Josh Dubin, Antonio Leonard, you already know them. If they see they got an easy lick over here with Turk, I could go get $5 million to go fight Joe Cordina because that was the offer. That's what they're gonna take. If they can get a 3-fight deal for fighting bums, that's what they're gonna take. So
okay.
If Stephen Espinosa initially said they wanted a multi-fight deal, they was only offering the 1-fight deal, PBC. All right, let's say that happened. And they chose to go the other way.
But the 1-fight deal wasn't Tank. They didn't say the 1-fight deal was Tank Davis because this is what we know for
that's
sure.
not true. That's not true, bro.
No, this is what we know for a fact. This is what we know for true. Every time I hear Shakur, I've never heard Shakur say, "I don't want the Tank fight." I've never heard it. I've never heard Shakur say that. But I heard Tank say this. Please.
You with Shakur before you go?
Why you think about retiring? For what? Who have Shakur? What has Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you face?
Looking more better than him. Who that? Keyshawn.
This is your man. He don't want to fight Shakur. He keeps saying this, but y'all making it seem like Shakur is the one ducking him, and Shakur calling this man out every time he turn around. Shakur calling him out. But this is what I just don't get it, bro. I don't understand why y'all don't just say, "Look, bro, Tank need to fight his contemporaries." Why is it always somebody else fault? Somebody else got to do more. I am true man. What's happening with it, bro?
Yeah, what's up, bro? So
what's your thoughts on the convo, Ronnie? Excuse me, brother. I am true man.
Yeah, so you keep saying that the fight got to marinate. Dev has to do this. You can't fight on the top rank, but if I remember correctly, if Drink says Dev can't fight while he was on the top rank, but so why was Bud calling out Earl when he was on the top rank?
Dev said that.
Right?
Devin said that.
Let him finish. Let I'm true man finish.
I'm just responding.
Dev said that, right? So if you can't make a fight on the top rank for Dev, but you can make it for Bud and Earl, that doesn't make sense. The fight can be made regardless. You just got to want to make the fight. It's up to the fighter to make the fight. It's no sides of the streets anymore. There's no A side or B side. It's what you want and what you don't want. The money is coming from one source. You don't have to wait on a network. The money is coming from an entity that's separate from the network. If you want the fight, say what you want, make the fight. There's no other thing that you need to worry about. The only thing that's stopping the fight is one fighter or another fighter not wanting to make the fight, bro. It's nothing else. We don't need to talk about nothing else. We don't need to talk about weight. That's all BS when it comes down to it, bro. If you want to make the fight, bro. The only thing that's stopping Tank from fighting anybody that we want to fight, that you want to fight, that 7-8 want to fight is Tank. It's not the money. The money is there right now. We don't know what it's going to be when Zuffa takes over completely. So while the money is there right now, make the fight. Period.
Yeah, real quick, I'm pulling into the garage. I'm going to get up with y'all.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Tank got to speak up. He got to speak up, man.
I agree. Tank needs to speak up, and more so importantly, he needs to fight him. He had no intentions on fighting these guys. There's too much stuff with Tank that he got passed for. He got passed for lying about that 7-fight deal that never existed. Everybody just skip over that, and that's a big piece of this puzzle because he got all his fans are so happy making videos. Oh, Tank! Y'all said Tank wasn't gonna fight. He said he gonna fight Shakur and Devin. And no, I said I told y'all then it was cap. I said okay, fine, prove me wrong. I hope it does happen, but I promise you, when he don't fight these guys, y'all gonna move the goalposts again, and I'll be damned if that's exactly what happened every time. It don't matter. Whenever this dude is supposed to be fighting somebody that we want to see him fight, Somehow it's on the other guys. They didn't do enough. Blah blah blah. You can say that about 1 or 2 guys maybe, but bro, y'all can't say that about everybody. It's too many. You got Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, Gary Russell Jr., Gary Antoine Russell, Subriel Matisse, Keyshawn Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor. Bro, that's 9 of his contemporaries. 9 world champions and former world champions that this guy hasn't fought, and I ain't even name everybody. Hasn't fought in his own era. You have, I don't know if we can name anybody from the 70s, 80s, or 90s that was ever considered an all-time great that didn't fight 9 of his contemporaries. 9? This is diabolical. All right, but anyway, man, my StreamYard acting up. They saying in the chat. So we've been on here.
I believe he at least fights Shakur though. I think him moving up to 140. I think that might be on the rise.
He's never gonna fight Shakur, bro. He's never gonna fight Shakur Stevenson. I don't know if y'all can hear me right now because I checked.
Yeah.
We gotta see. We gotta see. He might fight him.
I hear you, brother.
78. Can you hear me?
Yo, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, because I went outside. I'm on my way to get this food. But yeah, bro, he's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson or Devin. He's gonna try to look for, after he beat Pitbull, he's gonna try to look for a couple more fights where he can disguise himself, and he's gonna try to get out of the sport, bro.
I feel like the walls closing. The walls is closing in on him. Like the pressure gonna build for that Shakur fight at least. It's gonna build.
I agree. I agree with Ronnie Kino. I don't think this fight is going to. I don't think Shakur is going to fight. Tank is going to fight any of these guys that we want to see. The main guys like Shakur and Devin, he's not going to fight them, and he's going to retire, having not fought them guys, man. But hey, man, we've been on here for 2 hours, so I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all, brothers, for joining and pulling up, and salute to the chat. Much love to the chat, super chat, and everybody came through showing love. Smash that like button on the way out, and make sure y'all share the stream, and make sure you sub if you ain't already subbed. We up out of here though, y'all. Deuces.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Mighty FBC.